Riding into work this morning on the trike. Can't tell you how happy I am to have the comfort lift installed. So much smoother than it was in the factory condition. Anyway, this weekend I had a little bit of a surprise. Got me to thinking about, are Harleys made better now than they were previously? Do they break down more now? Do they go longer between maintenance? Are more parts needed to be replaced? What do you think? Are Harleys better now than they were 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, 40 years ago? Or is Harley just making everything cheaper, breaking, having to have constant repairs? Tell us what you think in the comments below. When I get to the shop later today, I'm going to show you what I discovered this weekend that was a little bit crazy. Big discussion on a lot of forums. Hear people talking about it a lot. How Harleys cheapen things up. Things aren't made as good as they used to. Cheaper components. The pencil pushers, accountants controlling Harley. Is it true? Are Harleys cheaper made than they used to be? Do they break more than they used to? Might be a little bit of a complicated subject. Certainly don't expect to cover all the aspects of it in this video, but I was really surprised by something that I noticed this weekend while working on this 2019 Tri-Glide and comparing one of the parts off of a 2010 Harley Davidson. Same part. You're going to see a little bit later in this video what the difference is between 2010 and 2019. And I'll let you decide if it's better or if it's worse or if it doesn't make any difference at all. But the question is, are Harleys made better or worse today than they were in years and decades gone by? What do you think? Put your comments below. Very interested in reading your thoughts on it. I have my own thoughts. And of course, it's a very complicated subject. Many times there are not just two sides to a story, but 10, 15, 20 pieces of information that make up the real truth about something. But let's see what you think when you take a look at what I'm going to show you at the shop a little later on today. Another thing to think about. Do you spend more time on maintenance on your Harley now than you did 10 or 20 years ago? Do you spend more time repairing your Harley now than you did 10 or 20 years ago? Do you ride more miles now on your Harley than you did 10 or 20 years ago? Do you get better mileage, miles per gallon, than you did 10 or 20 years ago? What do you think? Is your Harley today better made than the Harleys of yesteryear? Do you think your Harley today will last longer than a Harley that was built in the 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s. But do you think the bikes made in the past were a higher quality and will last longer? Or is there more to the story than that? Please share your thoughts, your comments below. Very interested to know what y'all think. The one from 2019, 4 ounces. The one from 2010, 7.9 ounces. Pick those two things up and tell me what you think. One of them is from 2010 and one of them is from 2019. Which one do you think's better?
I mean, I would say the heavier one, probably, because that would strip. Splines, that's what I was trying to say.
Splines. Yeah. Which one do you think's better?
The heavier one?
You think the heavier one?
Yeah, just because this one compensates for the lightweight material by being bulkier.
Uh-huh. It is bulkier.
This one's more streamlined, so it can be more solid.
You gotta check it in Florida. It's magnetic. Some stainless steel is, but I'm gonna say that is steel that has been chromed and.
So the question is, are Harleys made better now or in the past? Okay. So one of these is steel.
Mm-hmm.
We checked it with the magnet, and it's already starting to rust a little bit in one place. We're on the back side. Okay. And this one's aluminum.
Right.
One of them is larger to make up for the less strength for how big it is.
Right.
Okay. And of course, is this cheaper to make? Is this more expensive to make? Is it the same? Why? Now, Dwayne, how many thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars have guys spent just on one bike to get it to weigh less?
It's just uncountable.
So why is this one not better? Do you think that this is really going to break?
I doubt it. I don't think so.
Okay. Here's one thing that I noticed about the 2019 shift lever the first time I touched it, which was months and months ago. It fixes a problem that Harleys have had for decades. It has a nut. When you tighten it down, this is a captive nut, okay, and it's a lock nut, and I can't get it off right now, but it sits in that groove. So you just hold that nut in the groove and tighten this down, and you can tighten this down. It is not going to slip. On these, I can't tell you how many times over the decades I've tightened these down. They slip, I tighten them further. They slip, I tighten them further. And then I strip it out.
Oh, yeah.
And then it's not worth anything.
Okay.
Okay? So, have the bean counters made Harley go to this more lightweight one? Or did Harley actually improve? I'll tell you, I will take this lightweight one, even if it costs less, and even if the bean counters did it to make the Harley cost less. I'll take this one over this one every time, because I know I can clamp this down. I'm not going to strip it out, and it's not going to slip on the splines.
Right.
Plus, if I cared about my bike being lighter, this is lighter than this.
That's true.
But we don't know why Harley did it. They might have done it. They might have gone, okay, we need to spend less money. I doubt that they cared about making it weigh less. The Harleys just weigh more and more every year. But the bean counters might have said, well, look, we don't have to spend money on chrome on this because it's just polished. It's not chrome. I don't think. And aluminum costs less than steel. And obviously, if this was this being aluminum, there's no way the threads will hold in this like this. So they might have gone to the nut on the back simply because they had to,
Right.
because the aluminum threads wouldn't hold. So it might have been something motivated by saving money, but it ended up as a better product, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion. So after hearing my thoughts on the matter, do you have any further thoughts? Look, you can see the casting line in that one. Don't see any casting line. Do you think this is chromed?
It's,
or just polished?
I think it's polished. It'd be poor chrome work if it was chrome. I don't know. Having just bought a brand new bike, I feel like the original style, the previous style, probably costed them more to make, as you mentioned. This one probably costed less. The bike this came off of didn't cost less than the bike this came off of, so they're not passing those savings down to the consumer. So I think I would have preferred them to redesign the fastening solution.
Use the steel one with the captive nut.
Right. And they seem to be more proud of this one. They put their logo on this
Harley
one.
logo.
And
there's nothing on
no
that.
logo to
Who
be
knows?
found
This
here.
might be a Suzuki
right.
shift lever that they sourced.
If you like the video, give us a thumbs up. Please subscribe. Leave us a comment below. We'd really appreciate it. Thank you.